I've got a problem with my bathroom sink faucet. The handles are real loose. Everything else works fine. Let's take it apart, see what's wrong with it, and see if we can get it fixed. Now, anytime you're working with faucets, water, you want to make sure to turn off the water. The valves are right under here. We don't want water shooting all over the bathroom. Now, my shutoff's right here. And you want to turn off both the hot and the cold. And I also, just a little tip, want to recommend that you turn these, I turn them off and back on every 6 months to a year. Otherwise, they'll freeze up. And if you ever do need to work on your stuff, they'll start leaking. If you do this, it'll keep them from leaking and the seals drying out. And I just want to double check and make sure the water's off. Water's off, we're good. Also, I like to pull the stopper for the drain so I don't lose any screws or parts down in the drain. Now, to remove these handles, these little caps pull off the top, and you want to be careful not to take like a screwdriver and twist it in there, because these are just porcelain handles. Your handles might be different, but that's why I'm going to take these off by hand. They put a red ring. These are Moen faucets. I'm very happy with Moen. And they stand behind their product. I've been in this house over 20 years, and anytime I have a problem, since I'm the original owner of these faucets, purchased them when I built the house, they replace these with no questions. Anyways, the red one's for the hot, and the blue one is for the cold. Now we've got a screw here. Could be that screw's loose. And that one's tight. That one's also tight. So that's not the reason that's loose. Let's go ahead and take these off, pull the handles off, and go deeper and see what our problem might be. That just unscrews off of there. This one's tighter. Maybe this screw was just a little loose. But I'll go ahead and pull it off. Just check everything. Now, to get into where the valve is, you got to unscrew these. And that lifts off. There's your valve there. Oh, and there's a screw underneath here. And this thing's loose. So that's probably our problem. Let's go ahead and tighten that. Oh yeah, that screw's all loose. Terrible. Wow. Oh, that tightened that right up. Beautiful. While I have this off, I think I'm going to go ahead and clean around here. So if you've got water leaking and running down, you need to remove this nut here, and then you can take your valve out and replace that. It's just this top nut here, and then the valve will lift right out. You can put a new one in. And I'll check that screw in this one. It was a little loose. Now it's nice and firm. Let's go ahead and clean this, and we can put it back together. Beautiful. And here's the before, and here's the after. And just a little bonus tip, if you've got hard water deposits like I did on those handles, vinegar works great. Just soak them in vinegar for a little while and it'll come right off. Now I close the drain again. We'll go ahead and put this back together. It's got a square side on the long end, and that does too. So we fit that right over like that, screw it back down like it was, Good. Put our handle back on. Falls right in place. And our screw back in. That's what we don't want going down in the drain. Oh, nice and firm. Oh, that works beautiful. Turn that off. Pop our cap back on for our hot water side. And do the same on the other side. Drops on, screw it down. Beautiful. Put our handle back on. Good. Screw. Cap back on. Go ahead and turn the water back on. Turn the cold side back on. These handles work nice and smooth. No leaks. Warm side. When you turn these, you just want to feel underneath and make sure that there's no drips. Like I said, if you don't turn these on and off once or twice a year, they will start leaking when you shut them off. And maybe they're real hard to turn. And now we'll go ahead and test her out. Cold side. Nice and firm. Smooth turning. Beautiful. And the hot side. Same thing, nice and firm. Smooth, beautiful. If this video was a help to you, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. And I look forward to helping you with other projects online.